want to come here. It is a horrible place. I did not want to come. But Krishna said, no, you come down and write those books. I will take care of everything. He said, but I did not want to go. I said, no, it is a horrible place. And Krishna said again, no, don't worry. I will take care of everything. You come down and write those books. We were all stunned. That was the first time I had ever heard Prabhupada refer to himself as a resident of the spiritual world and his purpose in coming. His purpose in coming. I had a godbrother last week ask me, do you think Prabhupada knew he would be this successful when he was on the boat and coming on the Jaladut? I said, no, he didn't. He said, but you know, he had Krishna and he was doing his Guru Maharaj's, following his order. I said, yes. I said, he knew that Krishna consciousness would be spread in the West because his spiritual master wanted it, but he didn't know that he was necessarily the one that would do it. I said, when he writes in his poetry, that poem that he wrote on the Jaladut, I am just a humble beggar, I said, Prabhupada actually believed he was a humble beggar. I said, it wasn't some pretense. I said, when he had 2 heart attacks on the Jaladut, it wasn't make-believe pain, it was real pain. When he had the heart attack at 26 2nd Avenue, that was real pain. It wasn't pretend. He wasn't pretending. He actually had to suffer. And I said, without suffering, there's no question of true victory. There has to be opposition, there has to be battle in order to be triumphant. Otherwise, you're just make-show. So Prabhupada didn't know. He didn't know what he said. Every day I went down to the Scindia steamship line to see when the ships are going back. I don't know how they will take, he writes in that poem, how will they take to Krishna consciousness? They're so covered by passion and ignorance. I don't know what will happen. So it's not that Prabhupada just came breezing in and, you know, everything was taken care of. Yes, Krishna took care of everything, but Prabhupada had to struggle. It's the struggle that makes the person great. Isn't it?
Yes.
The struggle.
And he often said in that regard that if you suffer like this extreme, to this extreme for Krishna, attempt the impossible for Krishna, that Krishna must come and help you. He must personally intervene to remove the obstacles. And Prabhupada himself was experiencing that in New York, walking the streets. He told me once, that time we arrived in Bombay from Nairobi, do you remember that we opened our luggage and all the tape reels were gone? All the philosophy tapes that we'd made in Nairobi over 6 weeks, like from Plato up to Darwin.
What was
nearly.
that book called?
The book became later, yeah, but it was only on tapes.
That's right.
And they were all missing from the luggage. And I said, Prabhupada, it looks like, we've lost these. Madhavisa went out and tried to track down through the airlines and so on. We never saw them again. I said, Prabhupada, we've just lost all the philosophy tapes. It was 2 months' work, more than 2 months' work, daily work. I would be the Western philosopher, he would debate.
That's right. That's right.
And he'd defeat me every time. But these were precious tapes. And I reported to him that they were missing. What should we do? And he said, well, we'll start over again. And he told the story that when he got to New York, I think he was staying at the YMCA or something like that, he had spent years on a manuscript, typing it, a thick manuscript of Bhagavad Gita. And someone stole it. Somebody crawled over the doorway through the little transom window
Transom.
and stole his meager belongings in New York, including that precious manuscript. There was no Xeroxing in those days or anything to copy anything, so it was gone forever. And he just said, okay, well, I'll do it again. This is the kind of struggles Prabhupada
Yeah.
faced. And
It's
he
funny.
never